Jalut, a massive and terrifying warrior, stepped forward and challenged anyone from Talut's army to a single combat until one day a man entrusted pearls to another person, who later denied it. The dishonest man hid the pearls inside a spear. One day while he was outside, a man suddenly appeared inside his house. Before the son became the master of jinns, the father had to become the master of kings. The story of this dynasty begins on a battlefield where logic failed and faith took command. A being who was honored with prophethood and also reigned upon the throne of kings. He context Bani Israel and King Jalut. After the time of Prophet Musa, the children of Israel Bani Israel faced oppression from the Philistines and lost the Ark of the Covenant to boot. They asked their prophet to appoint a king so they could fight in the way of Allah. Allah chose Jalut Saul as their king. Though some questioned his appointment because he was not wealthy, Jalut was chosen for his profound knowledge and physical strength. The test of the river. Jalut marched with a large army to face the army of Jalut Goliath. To test their discipline and sincerity, Allah gave them a trial. When they reached a river, Jalut told them, Allah will test you with a river. Whoever drinks from it is not of me, except for him who takes but a handful. Most of the soldiers drank heavily, losing their resolve. Only a small group remained steadfast and crossed the river to face the massive enemy force. When the small Muslim army saw the giants of Jalut's army, some were afraid. However, the true believers among them said, "How many a small company has overcome a large company by permission of Allah, and Allah is with the patient." Quran 2:49. Jalut, a massive and terrifying warrior, stepped forward and challenged anyone from Talut's army to a single combat. He was heavily armored and seemed invincible. At that time, Dawud was a young man. He was not a soldier by profession. He was there to assist his older brothers. However, filled with immense Iman faith, he stepped forward to accept the challenge. Jalut was impressed by his bravery and offered him armor, but Hazrat Dawud chose to rely on the weapons he knew, his slingshot and a few smooth stones, along with his absolute trust in Allah. The army of Jalut was a wall of iron. Jalut himself was a mountain of a man, draped in armor that no sword could pierce. When he called for a challenger, the bravest soldiers of Jalut Saul trembled. But then a young boy named Dawud stepped out. He didn't have a shield. He didn't have a sword. He had a sling and a pebble. The physics of faith. Hazrat Dawud knew that power does not reside in the size of the muscle, but in the will of the Creator. As Jalut laughed, Hazrat Dawud whirled his sling. The pebble didn't just hit Jalut, it struck with the force of a divine thunderbolt, piercing his helmet and ending the reign of terror in a single second. This was the moment the dynasty of wisdom was born. Seeing their champion fall, the army of Jalut fled in terror. The Quran describes this moment. So they defeated them by permission of Allah, and Dawud killed Jalut. Quran 2:51. Allah gave Dawud two gifts that changed the world, a voice that moved nature and hands that defied the laws of metallurgy. The echo of the mountains, when Hazrat Dawud recited the Zabur Psalms, the world stopped. It is narrated in the Quran that the mountains and the birds were commanded to sing along with him. Imagine the frequency of that sound, a harmony so perfect that physical matter the mountains began to resonate in praise of Allah. The Master of Iron. In your Dread Monarch series, this is the tech segment. Allah made iron soft in Dawud's hands. He didn't need a furnace or a hammer. He could mold cold iron like wax or clay. He used this to invent chainmail armor, lightweight, flexible, yet impenetrable. He was the first military engineer of the ancient world. Dawud had many sons, but Sulaiman possessed a divine intelligence that was visible even in childhood. There is a famous story of a dispute over a field of crops eaten by sheep. Dawud gave a judgment, but the young Sulaiman suggested a more balanced solution that saved both the farmer and the shepherd. Dawud realized that his son was ready to lead not just men, but the unseen worlds, ruling the world's most powerful entities through the mere image of his presence. It is narrated from Abdullah ibn Abbas that two men came to Prophet Dawud with a dispute over a cow. One of them claimed that the other had unjustly taken his cow, while the accused denied it. Prophet Dawud postponed the matter until the night. During the night, Allah revealed to him through divine inspiration that he should execute the claimant. The next morning, Prophet Dawud told the claimant, "Allah has commanded me through revelation to kill you, so I must carry out this command." The man then admitted, "O Prophet of Allah, in this case I am truthful, but earlier I had taken crops unjustly from this man's father." Upon this confession, Prophet Dawud ordered his execution, and the man was killed. This incident established a deep awe and respect for Prophet Dawud in the hearts of the children of Israel, and many became obedient to him. Wahb ibn Munabi narrated that when corruption increased among the children of Israel and false testimonies became widespread, Allah granted Prophet Dawud a chain of justice. This chain extended from the sky down to a stone in Beit al-Maqdis and was made of gold. Its unique feature was that whoever was truthful in their claim could reach and hold it, while a liar would not be able to touch it. This system continued until one day a man entrusted pearls to another person, who later denied it. The dishonest man hid the pearls inside a spear. When both came before the chain, the claimant Ruthan held the chain successfully. Then the accused handed the spear to the claimant and said in his heart, "O Allah, you know I have returned the pearls to their owner." After saying this, he reached for the chain and was also able to hold it. Due to this deception, the system of judgment became unreliable, and at that moment the golden chain was taken away. The beautiful voice of Prophet Dawud. Allah blessed Prophet Dawud with an extraordinarily beautiful voice, so captivating that no other human was given such a voice. When he recited the Zabur, birds would gather above him and join in glorifying Allah. Mountains would echo with tasbih praise of Allah. Animals and birds would gather around him, so mesmerized that they would forget hunger and thirst. It is reported that even flowing water would stop, and birds flying in the air would fall, due to the intensity of the beauty of his recitation. Some narrations mention that people would become so overwhelmed by the sweetness of his voice and words that they would die in that state of ecstasy. Once, it is said that 700 young women and 12,000 elderly people passed away while listening. At that time, Allah created a distinction between those who listened sincerely for truth and those who were misled. Iblis then created musical instruments like flutes and lutes to distract people. As a result, some people followed the path of misguidance, others remained devoted to the recitation of Prophet Dawud. It is narrated that Ja'far ibn Sulaiman said, "I heard Malik ibn Dinar saying that on the Day of Judgment, Prophet Dawud will be standing near the divine throne. Allah will say, O Dawud, today praise and glorify me with that same beautiful and melodious voice with which you used to praise me in the world." Prophet Dawud will reply, "How can that be when you have taken that voice away from me?" Allah will say today, "I return that voice to you once again." It is further narrated that when Prophet Dawud will raise his voice in the praise of Allah, the people of paradise will find all the blessings of Jannah insignificant in comparison to the beauty and sweetness of his voice. How many wives did Prophet Dawud have? Prophet Dawud had multiple wives, 700 with dowry formal marriages, 300 concubines. Among them was the mother of Prophet Sulaiman, who was previously married to another man, and later married Prophet Dawud after a test. Worship of Prophet Dawud. Prophet Dawud was extremely devoted in worship. He fasted every alternate day. He prayed extensively during the night. He was very brave and never turned his back in battle. It is also narrated that when Prophet Adam saw his descendants, he noticed Dawud and was impressed by his beauty. Allah told him Dawud's lifespan would be 60 years. Adam requested an increase in his age, so Allah allowed Adam to give 40 years from his own life. Later, Adam forgot this, but Allah completed both their lifespans. Adam lived 1,000 years. Dawud lived 100 years. Passing of Prophet Dawud. Prophet Muhammad said that Prophet Dawud was very protective of his household. Whenever he left, he would lock the doors, and no one could enter until he returned. One day, while he was outside, a man suddenly appeared inside his house, despite the doors being locked. When Prophet Dawud returned, he asked, "Who are you?" The man replied, "I am the one whom no king can stop, and no barrier can prevent." Prophet Dawud understood that he was the angel of death. He accepted Allah's command, and his soul was taken. It is narrated that birds shaded his body after his death. People remained under that shade during his funeral. The Prophet Muhammad said that Allah took Prophet Dawud from among his people without causing turmoil or division among them. It is also reported that the followers of Prophet Isa remained upon the teachings and practices of Prophet Dawud for 20 years. He was the prophet whose voice brought mountains into remembrance, and whose recitation turned the natural world into a gathering of worship, the king whose hands softened iron and reshaped the limits of human capability, the judge whose decisions revealed hidden truths beyond human perception, the servant whose worship connected earth with the heavens, and the beloved of Allah. This was none other than Prophet Dawud, the king whose funeral was shaded by birds, and the father of the one who would rule the jinn. This was not just a king. This was a voice that made mountains bow, not just a warrior, but a servant whose faith rewrote the laws of the world, from a pebble that crushed a giant to a legacy that ruled the unseen. This was Dawud, the king chosen by Allah, and the beginning of a dynasty feared even by the jinn.